where the memories stay, past the fields and fences worn by yesterday. Pull up a chair, friend, come along with me. There's a story waiting round every old oak tree. Rusty's Backroad Stories, where the miles roll by with a little bit of laughter and a tear in your eye. So settle in close and let the memories flow. Rusty's Backroad Stories, down the roads we know. You're listening to Rusty's Backroad Stories.
Well, friend, tonight's story begins with an old wooden bridge. Not much to look at, really, just weathered boards stretched across a slow-moving river. Most folks crossed it without giving it a second thought. But for one man, that bridge carried more than traffic. It carried a promise. This is the bridge over Cedar River. Just outside the town of Willow Bend stood an old wooden bridge crossing the Cedar River. It had been there longer than anyone could remember. The bridge creaked when trucks crossed it. The paint had long since disappeared, and every few years somebody from the county would threaten to replace it. But somehow it always remained, partly because nobody wanted to pay for a new one, and partly because of a man named Walter Boone. Walter lived alone in a small white house overlooking the river. Every morning, rain or shine, he walked down to the bridge carrying a toolbox. Nobody knew exactly what he was fixing. He'd tighten a bolt here, replace a board there, sweep away leaves. Then he'd sit on a bench and watch the water. For nearly 20 years, Walter cared for that bridge. The townsfolk appreciated it, but they never really understood why. Then one summer afternoon, a reporter from the city stopped by. She'd heard rumors about the old man and the bridge. Curious, she sat beside Walter. "Why do you spend so much time out here?" she asked. Walter smiled. For a long moment he watched the river. Then he pointed toward the middle of the bridge. 42 years ago, he said, "my wife saved my life right there." The reporter waited. Walter took a deep breath. Back in 1984, he and his wife Eleanor were driving home during a terrible thunderstorm. Rain hammered the windshield. Visibility was almost nothing. Halfway across the bridge, Walter lost control of the truck. The tires slid. The truck slammed into the railing. Part of the bridge gave way. The vehicle dangled over the river. Walter was knocked unconscious. When he woke up, he was lying safely on the bridge. Eleanor had pulled him free, but in the chaos, she slipped into the floodwaters below. Rescuers searched for days. They never found her. The town mourned alongside Walter. For months, he barely left his house. Then one morning he walked down to the bridge. He noticed broken boards, loose bolts, rotting railings, and he remembered something Eleanor always said: "If something matters to you, take care of it." So he did, one board at a time, one nail at a time, one day at a time. The bridge became his way of honoring her memory. Years passed. Children grew up seeing Walter there. Travelers waved, fishermen stopped to talk. The bridge became more than wood and nails. It became part of the town. Then came the spring flood of 2022. The river rose higher than anyone had seen in decades. County officials closed the bridge. Many believed it wouldn't survive. That night, a tree broke loose upstream and rushed toward the bridge. It slammed into the supports with tremendous force. By morning, much of the structure was damaged. The county finally made its decision. The old bridge would be demolished. A modern concrete bridge would replace it. The town understood, but something felt wrong. The bridge wasn't just a crossing anymore, it was part of their story. A week later, something remarkable happened. Hundreds of residents gathered near the river, farmers, teachers, students, retirees, families. Together they raised enough money to preserve a section of the original bridge. When the new bridge was built, part of the old structure remained beside it as a memorial. A plaque was installed. It read, "In honor of Eleanor Boone, whose love built a bridge that time could not wash away." Walter stood beside that plaque on opening day. For the first time in years, he cried. Not because the old bridge was gone, but because people finally understood why it mattered. You know, friend, sometimes we think love disappears when someone leaves this world, but that's not how it works. Real love leaves footprints. It shows up in traditions, in memories, in promises we keep long after nobody expects us to. Walter spent decades fixing an old bridge. Most people saw boards and nails. He saw gratitude. He saw devotion. And every day he crossed that bridge, he carried Eleanor with him. Maybe that's what remembrance really is. Not holding on to the past, but carrying the best parts of it forward. Well, friend, that's tonight's story. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road, your heart open, and remember, every backroad has a story.